Hi, and welcome to your weekly Oracle reading with Katie VanZeeland. This reading is for the week of May 4th through May 10th, 2015, and this week we're using Doreen Virtue's Healing with the Angels Oracle deck. So we're tuning into love, light, God and the angels, our Creator, infinite love, and just asking for any guided messages for the week to keep us tuned in, to remember this message throughout the week as the week goes on. Sometimes we might start out strong and focused at the beginning of the week and tail off at the end. So remember to revisit the message that the angels and God give us today. And the card that we got is Trust, and it's a beautiful card. It's so gentle. And that seems so simple, right? And I know lots of us struggle with that, with trusting. And the angels and God, our Creator, all they're saying is that we need to trust that the bigger picture is always working out for us, for our highest good and greatest joy. And things, day to day tend to sometimes overwhelm us, or we are unable to see the benefit of something that might seem either disastrous or not in our best interest. And it's remembering to trust even in those situations. I think those are the times that our Creator and the angels are really trying to remind us that everything has its purpose, and to trust in that process. Some days, some situations, some decisions might not feel like exactly what you want them to be, but to trust the bigger picture that there is a purpose for what is going on. And I think we're all really good at trusting when things feel like they're flowing right and it feels good, but the second something we think shouldn't be happening the way it is, we lose that trust. And the angels are reminding us that and asking us to really trust even in those situations. Okay? Just feel into if there's any other messages with that. If there are, they'll come to me. But we also need to pull a card from Don Miguel Rez's Four Agreements deck, because we're loving that. Well, I am anyways. So we're just asking for any other guided messages for us for the week. We're trusting in the process. And this is so cool, because as I was shuffling, I was hearing this message, and I love that that's the card. It says, speak with integrity. And say only what you mean. Avoid using the word to speak against yourself or to gossip about others. Use the power of your word in the direction of truth and love. And this is just so cool. We do a lot of speaking, a lot of us. Some of us are really good at talking a lot, or talking about things that really just don't matter. And our Creator is asking us, and the angels are asking us, to really pay attention to what we're talking about. And listen to yourself as you speak. Can you catch yourself this week? Where are you putting your energy? What are you speaking about? And is it coming from a place of integrity? Is it coming from a place of truth? And if you're exuding a lot of energy that doesn't feel good, or is, talking about others, or stirring up negative emotions in you over and over again. I mean, sometimes we need to get these emotions out, but are you telling the same story over and over and over again? Because that's not healthy, and that's not helping you. Remember to speak with integrity. Speak what you really feel, and tune into that. Slow it down, and don't just speak to maybe some of us speak to fill the silence. Maybe some of us speak because we think others need to hear something. But we're being asked to speak from a place of authenticity and truth. And in order to come from that place, you do have to slow down and pay attention and be very aware of your word, because your word can be like poison and it can be like love. And you decide. And even if you're not talking bad about somebody else, your word can feel like poison if your energy behind it isn't pure and loving. So all they're asking of us is to be aware of that this week. Where and how are you speaking? Be impeccable with your word and speak with integrity. And what I was feeling with the trust and how those tie together is we're trusting, the bigger picture. We're trusting that if we are living from this place of integrity, if we're speaking our truth, if we're being authentic, that's when we need to just keep trusting. If we're not being authentic and if we're not speaking our truth and we're living life either for others or we're living life saying what you think other people want to hear, or if you're living life just spewing out poison onto other people, it's your truth and your path to spiritual connection will be a little muddied. So, trusting that everything's working out as it should will be a little challenging because you're not living from an authentic space. But if you're living from an authentic space, doing the best you can, bringing the intention that you are doing the best you can for everyone and especially yourself, that's when we need to just trust in the bigger picture. Trust that no matter what is happening is for our highest good and greatest joy. But be aware of your intentions behind your day-to-day activity and the integrity that you're bringing. And we're not saying this to judge or to critique yourself, but we're saying this just to be aware and to keep yourself in check. Where are you at? Are there points or parts of your life that could be cleared out, that maybe you aren't living authentically, but it's been a pattern or, just something that you're used to? So pay attention to that this week. Take an inventory, because it's really important. Today, tomorrow is the full moon. So as we're talking about this, it's the perfect time to let go of any of these things that aren't coming from that authentic space. So how awesome, we get to be more aware of it this week, and we have the moon in alignment in order to release anything that is no longer serving us. So how magical is that? I hope you have so much fun doing your internal work, your internal processing. Remember this, there's no destination, that is this journey, so enjoy it. Try not to be so hard on yourself. Acknowledge, observe yourself in these situations. Observe yourself speaking with integrity. And I hope you have an amazing week, and I look forward to seeing you next week.